the storm. There was no answer from the cat carrier, but then she hadn't actually expected one. In this, one of the oldest parts of the city, the houses were 3- and 4-story, red brick Victorians. Too large to remain single-family dwellings in a time of rising energy prices. Most had been hacked up into flats. The first 2 houses up from the corner were of this type. The third, past a narrow driveway, was larger still. Squinting in the dark, water pouring off her hair and into her eyes, Claire struggled to make out the words on the sign. She was fairly certain there were words. There didn't seem to be much point in a sign if there weren't. Never any lightning around when it's needed. On cue, the lightning provided every fleck of peeling paint with its own shadow. At the accompanying double crack of thunder, Claire dropped her suitcase and clutched at the fence. She let go a moment later when it occurred to her that holding an iron rod, even a rusty one, wasn't exactly smart under the circumstances. White and yellow spots dancing across her vision, the faint fizz of an electrical discharge bouncing about between her ears, she stumbled toward the front door. During the brief time she'd been able to read the sign, she'd seen the words, "Est House," and right now, that was good enough for her. The 9 stairs were uneven and slippery, threatening to toss her suitcase, cat carrier, backpack, and all down into the black depths of the area in front of the house. When she slid into the railing and it bowed dangerously, she refused to consider it an omen. From the unsheltered porch, she could see neither knocker nor bell, but considering the night and the weather, that meant very little. There could have been a plaque warning travelers to "Abandon hope, all ye who enter here," and she wouldn't have seen it, or paid any attention to it if it meant getting out of the storm. A light shone dimly through the transom. Holding her suitcase against the bricks with her knee, she tried the door. It was unlocked. Another time, she might have appreciated the drama of the moment more and pushed the heavy door open slowly, the sound of shrieking hinges accompanied by ominous music. As it was, she shoved it again, threw herself and her baggage inside, and kicked it closed. At first, the silence came as a welcome relief from the storm, but after a moment of it settling around her, thick and cloying, Claire found she needed to fill it. She felt as though she were being covered in the cheap syrup left on the tables at family restaurants. "Hello? Is anybody here?" Although her voice had never been described as either timid or tentative, it made less than no impact on the silence. Lacking anywhere more constructive to go, the words bounced painfully around inside her head, birthing a sudden, throbbing headache. Carefully setting the cat carrier down beyond the small lake she'd created on the scuffed hardwood floor, she turned to face the counter that divided the entry into a lobby and what looked like a small office, although the light was so bad she couldn't be sure. On the counter, a brass bell waited in solitary, tarnished splendor. Feeling somewhat like Alice in Wonderland, Claire pushed her streaming hair back off her face and smacked the plunger down into the bell. The old man appeared behind the counter so suddenly that she recoiled a step, half expecting an accompanying puff of smoke, which would have been less disturbing than the more mundane explanation of him watching her from a dark corner of the office. "What?" he demanded. "Do you want?" "What do I want?" "I asked you first." Which was true enough. "I'd like a room for the night." His eyes narrowed suspiciously. "That all?" "What else is there?" "Breakfast." Claire had never been challenged to breakfast before. "If it's included, breakfast is fine." Another time, she might have managed a more spirited response. Then she remembered.